Boreham FC make a concerted push for, of course, the top spot over in the Vanarama National League. But, of course, will they actually get there? We'll take a look at that and more of the next round of picks coming at you next. Again, another predatory video today before the match day number 34. That's right, over in the Vanarama National League, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe to keep bang up to date. All things National League related, Papa Rose related, world football related. We got it all here, boys, under one rooski. That's right. Bit of a busy few days, of course, over in the Vanarama National League. Of course, as things start to shape up for the end of the season. But who's actually going to be celebrating at the end of the year? Of course, take a look at it, all of it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs there, the Patreons, guys. Thank you very much for your love and behind the scenes. But anyway, we're going to jump in the deep end. Of course, revisit the last round of matches, of course, and take a look at what we're looking at in the table. So here we go. Kicking off all with Maidenhead. They picked up, of course, a 2-0 loss to Wealdstone. A big win for them on the road. Of course, Eastleigh FC, of course, pick up a 4-2 win over last 16, of course, FA Cup team Boreham 4-2 loss in the end for them. Big win for Wrexham, of course, moving up to third in the table. They have one game in hand, of course, on second spot, which, of course, could push them into it. But, of course, they could chase down Stockport County. We'll look at it in a minute. Of course, Kings Lynn with a 0-0 draw against Woking. Solihull Moors with a 3-3 draw against Notts County. Southend, of course, on the move as well. They're up to, where are they right now? 12. Still a little bit off the pace there, Southend. But a big win for them as well over Grimsby Town. Yeovil, of course, 3-0 loss to Dagenham and Redbridge. Altrincham with a 5-0 demolition of Weymouth. And, of course, Halifax Town against Dover. I think it has been moved, or maybe I got that all wrong. But it's been pushed to Saturday. We'll look at that again in a minute. Take a look at the table. The table looks like this. Stockport County with 67 points on the board. Chesterfield are in second spot with 62 for the time being. And of course, Redbridge FC, aka Wrexham, are up to third in the table. Dover, Kings Lynn going down. Weymouth in a bit of trouble as well. How many go down here? Is it 2? I think it's 3 that go down. So Weymouth are in hot water, and they look like they're cut adrift at the moment at the bottom of the table. But it could all change very, very soon, of course, if you get the results in your favour. But of course, we'll see how that pans out next. Of course, big shout out to the guys here, of course, made the effort for the picks. 7 years, Russell Frost and Carmackin with deep at the great, getting 3 there in a very, very tight one. I didn't even look at my picks because I thought I did very, very bad there. But of course, big shout out to the patrons as well. Take a look at, of course, the mini leaderboard then for this part of the season, second half of the season. Deep at the great, running away with it. 4 points clear at the moment over James PCFC Argray. It is the mini leaderboard. Of course, the master leaderboard is a completely different picture. So make sure you check that out as we, of course, reveal those later in the month. Let's take a look at, of course, this is the website. If you want to get involved, it is free to enter. And of course, these are the games. Now, these are, of course, match day number 34 for the most part, but some of them are actually bits from other weeks. So there's double headers in here for Bromley, I think, in there twice. Some other teams are in there twice as well. So check it all out. Boreham Wood in there twice as well. So we're going to go into there. Match day number 34 is the main one. So Halifax Town against Dover. Let's get into this one then. Of course, it is going to be very, very messy. Not Lionel Messi, but very, very messy. So we're going to jump at the deep end, of course, and have a look at it. As we look forward, Halifax Town up against Dover, of course. So let's get the deep end on this one. You have to bear with me as I transition for each one of these. Now, these two sides, of course, played each other 11 times. 2014, 7 was Halifax, 3 for Dover, and 1 draw. Halifax Town coming to 58% form for them right now. Just 1 defeated pass at 5 for them. Of course, as for Dover Athletic, they haven't won in the last 6 games. Of course, just 8% form for them at the moment. Last round, though, in Halifax, it was a 4-2 win for Halifax. That was back in January 2020. The reverse fixture, though, in Dover, back in November, was a 3-1 win for Halifax as well. Halifax coming to on the back of 3 wins over Dover in succession, scoring 7 goals in the course of those 3 matches, which works out around about 2.3 goals a game ratio, something like that. Of course, Halifax with a 2-0 win over Weymouth and a back-to-back clean sheets heading into this. Of course, Dover coming into on the back of a 6-0 drubbing from Barnet. That's right. Of course, I've got basic odds on this one. Basic odds going favourite of the Halifax, of course. They are your favourite, so of course, don't even touch Dover with a barge pole on this one. So I'm going to back, of course, the home team here. 2-0 win for them to take it to the house. Altrincham, they're going to be locking horns, of course, coming at you with Eastleigh. This match will take place of course, over on the weekend, which will be the 12th of March. Now, they played each other 7 times in 2014. Just 1 win for Altrincham, 2 for Eastleigh, and 4 draws, of course. Altrincham, though, coming to on the back of just 1 defeat, that's 6 for them, 67% form. Against the Eastleigh side, just 1 win and 6 for them, 33% form for them at the moment. Of course, last round, though, in Altrincham was a 1-1 draw. That was back in May 2021. The reverse fixture, though, in October, in Eastleigh, was a 2-1 win for Eastleigh as well. So Eastleigh coming to on the back of an unbeaten run of 5 games against Altrincham, picking up 2 wins and 3 draws. And of course, last time Altrincham picked up the win was, of course, back in 2015. 2015 when they beat them over in Eastleigh. Kicking off forward, Altrincham with a 5-0 win over Weymouth, and they come to us on the back of 3 clean sheets in succession, scoring 8 goals without return. As for Eastleigh, they come to us on the back of a 4-1 win over Wealdstone. Quite tight in the bookies, I imagine, on this one. It is very, very tight, of course. Go in favour of Altrincham here, but only slightly, of course. I'm going to go with them as well, with a 1-0 win for them to take it to the house. And, of course, keep moving the chains. Kicking off forward, what do we have? We have Boreham. Busy week for them coming at you. They're going to be taking on Chesterfield. Of course, bit of a crunch clash this one at the top of the table. Boreham would get themselves back in the thick of things after, of course, their cup adventures have come to a close. These two sides have played each other 6 times, 2018, 1 for Boreham, 2 for Chesterfield, and 3 draws, of course. Boreham, they're 42% form for them right now, just 1 win and 5. Meanwhile, Chesterfield coming to us unbeaten in their last 3, picking up 2 wins and 1 draw. That's 50% form for them over the last 6. Last round, though, in Boreham, it was a 0-0 draw. That was back in January 2021. The reverse fixture in Chesterfield back in October was a 2-1 win for Chesterfield. Chesterfield unbeaten against Boreham over the course of the last 5 games, picking up 2 wins and 3 draws. And in fact, the away side hasn't won this game over the course of the last 6. Yeah, it'd be quite a tough order for Chesterfield to get the W. Anyway, kicking on forward though, Boreham picked up a 4-2 loss against Wrexham. Of course, Chesterfield picked up a 2-2 draw against Southend. Quite tight on the bookies on this one. Going in favour though. They go in favour of the hosts here. Boreham are your favourites. Chesterfield are your underdogs. It's quite tight, but I'm going to give it to Boreham as well with a 2-1 win for them to take it to the house. Kicking off forwards, Woking. They're going to be locking odds with Maidenhead. That's right, of course, coming at you this weekend. So of course, over in Woking, Maidenhead coming to us on a good bit of form of late, and they'll fancy their chances on this one, perhaps. Of course, now these two sides, when I say Maidenhead good for form, that's not great. That's not really true, to be honest with you. 17 times they played since 2009, 6 wins for Woking, 8 wins for Maidenhead, and 3 draws. Of course, Woking, though, haven't won in the last 9 games, 17% form, up against the Maidenhead side, who, of course, lost twice in the past 6. 1-2, lost 2, drawn 2 over the last 6. 50% form for them at the moment. Of course, last round, though, in Woking was a 0-0 draw. That's back in January 2021. The reverse fixture, though, in Maidenhead was a 3-2 win for Maidenhead. Maidenhead unbeaten, of course, in back-to-back games against Woking, and of course, come to us on the back of a 2-0 loss against Wealdstone. They haven't actually scored in the last 3 games, of course, conceding 5 without return. As of course, Woking, the come to us also haven't scored in the last 3 games, conceding 3 without return. So a 0-0, you would imagine. Of course, the odds on this one go in favour of Woking. They are your favourites. Maidenhead, of course, your underdogs. I'm back in a 0-0, just like I said. Not like I said, but like I said. That's right, 0-0 draw in the end. Wow, I'm pretty getting good at this, you know. Yeovil coming at you. They're going to be taking on, of course, Grimsby. This will take place over in Yeovil. So, of course, let's look forward to this one. Coming at you as well on the 12th of March. Now, these two sides have played each other 9 times in 2004. 3 wins for Yeovil, 5 for Grimsby, and 1 draw. Yeovil, though, haven't won the last 8. Of course, 25% form for them right now. Up against the Grimsby side, just 1 loss in the past 6 for them. 75% form for them at the moment. Last time round, though, in Yeovil, was a 3-1 win for Grimsby. That's back in February 2019. That was in League 2. Meanwhile, Yeovil coming to us on the back of a 3-0 loss against Dagenham. And, of course, Grimsby also lost to Southend. Coming at you. The bookies odds on this one go in favour of Grimsby. They are your favourites on this one. Yeovil are your underdogs. I'm going to back the Grimsby as well. The 1-0 win for them on the road. And, of course, a big win as they keep whatever dreams they have alive this season. Lynn, they're going down, aren't they? They look toast right now up against the Torquay United side, who, of course, made the playoffs last time around. Can they get themselves anywhere closer to the playoffs this time around? Played each other 3 times, though, these two sides in 2020. 2 wins for Torquay, nothing for Lynn, and 1 draw. Lynn haven't won in the last 7 games, goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, Torquay haven't lost in the last 6, however, haven't won in the last 4, picking up 4 draws in succession. 67% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around, though, in Lynn was a 0-0 draw. In fact, Torquay haven't conceded a goal against Lynn over the course of the 3 games they played each other, stretching all the way back to 2020. So, a couple of wins there for Torquay, but no goals conceded. Lynn coming to us on the back of a 0-0 draw against Woking. Of course, Torquay coming to us on the back of a 0-0 draw against Bromley. The odds on this one go in favour of Torquay. They are your favourites. Of course, they're coming in at around about 11th spot. Lynn are in the relegation zone for the time being. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Torquay and again move the chains maybe a little bit closer to those playoffs. We'll have to see about that. Wealdstone, they were taking on, of course, Weymouth in the Battle of the Wobble-U's. That's right, of course, over down London way. Now these two sides have played each other according to minus 4 times in 2019. 2 wins for Wealdstone, 1 for Weymouth, and 1 draw. Just 1 win in the past 5 though for Wealdstone right now. 42% form up against a Weymouth side. Just 1 win in 6 for them. 33% form for them at the moment. Last time round though, of course, over in Wealdstone was a 4-0, 2-1 win for Wealdstone. That was back in December 2020. The reverse fixture though in Weymouth was, of course, back in October as a draw back in the day, 1-1. Meanwhile, Wealdstone coming to us on the back of a 2-0 win over Maidenhead. Of course, Weymouth did lose to Altrincham, coming to us without scoring a goal in the last 3 games. 8 goals without return for Weymouth. Of course, the bookies odds on this one go in favour of Wealdstone. They are your favourites. Quite fancy as well with the bookies. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw though. Point split right in the middle, which of course doesn't favour anybody at this stage of the season. Kicking off forward though, it's Halifax Town up against Bromley. Double match week for Halifax, of course. Now this is probably pushing into the middle of next week. So what we look at here, Halifax Town up against Bromley. Of course, I see it scheduled down here for the 15th of March. Now these two sides have played each other 11 times in 2015. 3 wins for Halifax, 4 for Bromley, and 4 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat though in the past 5 for Halifax. 58% form up against the Bromley side. Just 1 win and 5 for them. 50% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time round though in Halifax was a 2-1 win for Bromley. That was back in December. Sorry, it was back in April 2021. The reverse fixture, though, in Bromley was back in October and was a 0-0 draw as well. Coming at you, though, Bromley picking up a 0-0 draw against Torquay. Of course, Halifax with a 2-0 win over Weymouth and haven't conceded a goal in back-to-back games. The odds on this one, do we have any odds? No, we don't. Of course, you've got to go with your gut. Again, my gut says a win for Halifax here. 2-0 win for them at home to take it to the house. Into the final three now. It's the Battle of the Bees. It's right. It's Barnet, of course, taking on Boreham. Bloodywood. It's a bit of a greater London affair. Of course, takes place over in Barnet. Now, these two sides have played each other 9 times in 2018. Nothing for Barnet. 4 for Boreham Wood and 5 draws, of course. Just one win there in the past 6 for Barnet right now. 33% form. Against the Boreham Wood side, of course, picking up just one win at the past 5 for them. Of course, they will win against Chesterfield in my eyes, of course, earlier in the week. Of course, last time around, though, in Barnet was a 3-2 win for Boreham Wood. That was in the FA Trophy. That was this season in December, of course. Meanwhile, they also played each other. In fact, this will be their 4th time they played each other this season. Wow, wow, wee wow. And actually, Boreham Wood coming to with 2 wins over the course of those 3 games previous. The other one was a draw. It was the reverse fixture in Boreham Wood, and that was, of course, back in January 2022. In fact, the home side hasn't won this game in a long, long time. In fact, the only time the home side has won, according to my eyes, was back in 2018. Over in Boreham Wood, when Boreham Wood picked up a 1-0 win over Barnet. Of course, that was in the National League. But like I said, they played each other 3 times already. This will be the 4th, of course. 2 in the Cup, 2 in the League. And, of course, Boreham have yet to lose. Kicking off for them, Boreham Wood with a 4-2 loss against Halifax. Meanwhile, Barnet comes in on the back of a 6-0 drubbing over, of course, Dover. The odds on this one go in favour of Boreham Wood. They are your favourites on this one. I'm going to back them as well with a 2-1 win. Are they the favourites on this one? They probably will be at the stage. I don't have the odds, but I think they're going to be the favourites. 2-1 win in the end, Boreham Wood. Back-to-back wins and, of course, making a push for the top 2 and maybe even, of course, top bins as well. Stockport County against Notts County, of course, bit of a crunch clash this one as well, midweek. So, of course, Stockport County doing very, very well. Notts County not so much, or could be doing much better, you would think. Now, these two sides have played 15 times in 2003, 2 wins for Stockport County, 7 wins for Notts County, and 6 draws, of course. Stockport, though, winning 5 of the bounce, 92% form, of course, up against the Notts County side, just 1 win defeated past 6 for them, 58% form, of course. Scheduled to take place on the 15th of March, of course, coming at you last time round in Stockport. It was a 0-0 draw. That was back in February 2021. The reverse fixture, though, in Notts County, back in, of course, October was a 2-1 win for Notts County as well. Notts County unbeaten against Stockport over the course of the last 6 games, of course, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Coming at you, though, Stockport picking up a 2-0 win over Aldershot. Of course, and they also actually 3 clean sheets on the spin. Notts County, though, coming in on back-to-back draws. A 3-3 last time around against Solihull Moors. I don't have any odds on this one, but my odds are in my jeans, and my jeans is a 2-0 win for Stockport County on this to take it out. And then finally, wrapping it up, of course, double match week. Well, it's not double match week, it is a single match week for Southend. Of course, no matches this weekend. Of course, taking on Dagenham and Redbridge this coming later on midweek, should I say. Down at Roots Hall, that's right, Southend up against Dagenham. Now, these two sides, of course, played each other 17 times in 2007. 7 wins for Southend, 5 for Dagenham, and 5 draws, of course. Coming at you, though, Southend picking up 75% form, unbeaten in the last 10 up against the Dagenham Redbridge side. Just 1 defeat past 5 for them, 58% form. Last time around, though, at Southend, it was a 0-0 draw. That was in League 2 back in December 2014. The reverse fixture, of course, in the league was a 3-0 win for Dagenham way back in October. They also played each other in the FA Trophy, where Dagenham came out on top as well with a 2-0 win over in Dagenham. So, back-to-back wins for Dagenham, of course, unbeaten against Southend over the course. In fact, just 1 defeat past 5 for Dagenham over Southend. Dagenham comes in on the back of the 3-0 win over Yeovil, back-to-back clean sheets for them. Up against Southend side, picking up a 1-0 win over Grimsby. Again, I got no odds on this one. My odds are in my gut. My gut says a win for Southend. 2-1 win for them to take to the house. That's, of course, my pickaroos on this one. Be sure to get your own pickaroos in it. Cutty4/non-league. And if you want to be the face of the place for the non-league action next season, best get in touch with me down below, or better still, follow me on Twitter. Direct message me that way. And, of course, we can get the party started over on a Zoom. Have a good Zoom chat, get to know each other a little bit, maybe wine and dine you a little bit, and, of course, get you here next season to be the face of the place. Of course, until then, guys, smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe. See you soon for the next one. Of course, until then, we're done.